Hi, this is Peter Verkouwen. I wanted to share you a quick update on a product. I'm doing this in English because I feel that this is a product which is sold over the planet. And I just did a product. I want to do a product review on the Bticino Linea 3000 series. And I have to say, I call it great design, faulty security. So if I look at the product itself, you go to the Bticino website, they're calling this the full expandable solution for villa standard high-level applications, right? Big words. They're also calling this professional door entry systems on their website. That's the name of the link. Now, if you scroll a little bit further and you look at what they say about the products, a couple of things like a door release, there are no compromises, and it uses the two-wire system. And this is an important one. What's the two-wire system? That's basically if you have an old doorbell where you click on ding dong, it takes two wires to go inside, and you just need two wires, right? So you don't need to put any special domotic cable or Ethernet cable or any other cable there. It will use a single standard bus two-wire system. So this was the reason for me to take a look at the system in the first place, because I didn't want to, how should I say? I didn't want to break open all my walls to put new cables in. Now, also, this system has a professional price tag. If I look in Belgium at Solid, which is the cheapest online shop I could find, which is where I bought it, they're selling it for 740 euros, this kit, right? If I take the retail price, because this is the cheapest web price you can find, my installer for my gate actually said I can sell this to you. Retail price is 1,070 excluding VAT, so it's a 1,200 euro system with installation up to 1,700 euros, right? Now, let's take a look at the manual. And again, I'm just using online resources, which you can find, and all the links are in the description below. It tells you about the central unit. It talks about the control systems, which run in a master-slave kind of way. You have the bus, you can put extra buttons here, and you go to the central unit, and then I also have two wires to the outside bus here, to the outside unit. Now, this is where the problem sits, in my opinion. If you take a closer look to this diagram, it basically explains to you, you can have a push button, and then you could have your door knob, your door lock, whatever you want to call it, powered from here, and this is obviously where the power comes in. And if I take a look at this and this is just a button, right? So anything which shortcuts that connection sends a pulse to this thing to open the door. And this goes through this thing. If you take a look at the door lock itself, you can take a look at a list of locks they support. Basically, you need a door opener, and it needs an alternating or direct current of 9 volts to 12 to 16 volts. You have them that run from 6 volts to 18 volts. Literally anything, very low power consumption, you can easily open this, right? So what I've done is I decided to do some hacking because I didn't believe this was going to work, right? I believed I would trip some wires, at least some alarms would go off when I tried to do this. So I took 3 tools out of my toolbox: a paperclip, a screwdriver, and I took a Duracell 9-volt battery that I had lying around in some toys of my daughter, right? So again, no fancy equipment here. This screwdriver is listed at €2.40 at the DIY shop, and I don't even know what a paperclip costs. So let's do a field exercise, right? So let's take a look at what happens. I'm going to show you how to hack this little Bticino device. Sorry, this just a screwdriver and a paperclip. You can see my gate is locked for the moment. So let's come in and take a closer look. So I'm just going to look at this, right? This is protective cover. I'm taking my standard screwdriver, and if you look below here, the screw to open this is actually not protected at all. I'm releasing the cover. Now this thing is connected to the internet. My app does not show me any warning whatsoever. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this down. I'm going to take a paper clip or a piece of wire, piece of string, and I'm just going to attach this. Surprise, my door opens. Now imagine that this thing has no power, right? Let's say this is powered down, because I figured out there's a bug in the system.
Second thing I can do is, you see these two wires. I can basically just unscrew this, do like this. I remove the wire here. I take a 9-volt battery, which you can find in any kid's toy, and I am just going to open my gate. So if I now put the cover back, nobody noticed that that I came through this. If I wear a jacket of a courier, PostNL, FedEx, whatever, I go in, deliver a package, I'm inside of the house, no problem, and nobody noticed a thing. So I believe this is a problem. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna show.
So, and this is the thing, right? Because I was doubting whether I should put this on the internet or not. But I think I need to, right? Because my way of looking at this is, look, whenever you design a product, whether it's an enterprise product or whether it's for home users, think about security, right? Not just the design of it. And this is something I've noticed a lot lately with a lot of products that I'm buying, right? A lot of these apps also take a look at, and this is directly to Bticino in all fairness, take a look at the reviews of your app, right? Um, it's not really positive news. Everybody complains that it's an old-fashioned system that has never been updated, and nobody even found out the security issues. So what's the problem for me? First of all, I've opened the lid, and there is no switch inside that automatically triggers an alarm, right? So at least what you can do is if someone opens the lid, is start filming, or at least make sure that my phone rings, or that the inside unit actually notices something that goes on, right? Because if I disconnect the wires of the lock itself as well, and I power it up, the system doesn't even notice I'm doing that. And this is actually where I say introduce a subscription model. Why isn't Bticino selling me an online service? I mean, if you guys would sell an online service to say, like, we can handle answering machines and so on, and also tamper protection. If someone opens it, starts filming it, upload it to Bticino server, you would actually make a profit model out of the app. The second thing is what I've noticed, and this is not just Bticino, right? I'm just picking on one vendor here. But if I look at the machines in my house, right, my Brink climate system, my Mitsubishi, my Netatmo, my Goodwe inverter, my Solus inverter, my basically anything inside that has an app, what you notice is these products are brilliantly engineered, and all engineering efforts are focused on getting that machine or getting that product the best in class of what you can find. What they often forget is that I noticed this in my air conditioning. I noticed that at the Wi-Fi for this Bticino, for instance, they never work on 5 gigahertz. They work on older security standards for the Wi-Fi. And the app, you notice this app was created once, and probably never maintained. And every time it needed to change, a different guy had to come in and take a look. I'm pretty sure none of these vendors have a product development team that continuously updates the app. My recommendation, and this is the first time I'm making a link between my professional life and my private vlogger hobby, is I represent a company called Mendix. And one of the things we do with low code is we allow you to build apps, but also to make them technology proof over time. So you could actually, whenever new technologies arrive, you can easily introduce them without too much hassle. I mean, there's always going to be work. I would literally advise all these vendors that make apps for home use, please take a look at the way you're developing your apps, and also please take a look at security. Because if I can hack this door in 10 seconds, right? I know people, I mean, in this case, it's just my gate, right? And everything behind the gate is behind the lock anyway. But I know people whose house can open with these devices, right? And if I see one of those houses with with a box of Bticino, I always laugh because you can walk in, open the house without any sense, any alarm that trips, anything that goes off within a minute, right? You close the door behind you, you do whatever you want to do, and then you leave, right? So it's just something to think about. I mean, what I've done as a security measure is my gate also has a key, right? And in the evening, I just close the gate with the key. So even if you tried to tamper, you wouldn't even be able to open it. And that kind of beats the purpose of paying almost €1,000 for this kind of device. Anyway, like I said, this is a message to Bticino. This is a message to all product vendors. Think about security. I mean, this is a ridiculous joke. I pay over €1,000 for a lock, and I can unlock it with a paperclip. So thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.